Yo, what's good? This is my MW2 beta review. I played the beta on Xbox, so I only played for one weekend. Yeah, this is my thoughts and review of the beta. First, the perk system, or perk packages, or whatever they're called. I don't mind the new perk system, where you progressively unlock them through the game. I think maybe they could be adjusted how long it takes you to unlock your ultimate perk, but I don't think it's a big deal. Although I say that, I still think changing the perks was unnecessary and not needed. No one asked for this. I get them making the change for the sake of it, but it just wasn't needed. Overall, I would rather the old perk system back, but I guess we got this one. Oh yeah, while I'm talking about perks or field upgrades, I guess I'll bring up Dead Silence. I don't understand why it makes a pinging noise when you activate it. It should be a perk and not a field upgrade. I think the activation noise needs to be changed, or at least quieter. A lot quieter, or non-existent. Second, visibility. I didn't experience any visibility issues during the beta. The main thing I would like to see is red enemy nameplates returning, because it doesn't make sense to me why they took them away in the first place. It is so easy to miss someone that is laying down in a corner, and also it's very easy to confuse enemies and teammates because nameplates are not a thing. Just seems like a stupid change, but apparently Infinity Ward don't want Adam back. I don't know why, but I guess that's about it. Next, audio and footsteps. The footsteps are way too loud in this game. The range you can hear people is absurd. You can basically hear someone on the other side of the map, or if you're in the middle of the map, you can hear someone like on the left side of the map or the right side. I feel, yeah, I could hear enemy footsteps way too easily, and I would start pre-firing like a doorway before the enemy even got there. I feel like it sort of promotes people to camp as well, because they get punished for running around. Not a bad thing being able to hear people's footsteps like fairly well. It's just they're obscenely loud. I think they need to reduce the footstep volume down slightly. Next, weapons and maps. The guns in the Modern Warfare 2 beta all felt nice and good to use, usable. The movement felt smooth. The flow of the game was alright. The game progressed like fairly well. It wasn't too bad. Yeah, all the weapons in the beta felt usable. There was no guns left behind, I feel like. There was your normal strong weapons like the MP5, AK-74U and M4, but that has sort of come to be expected. The maps were solid, definitely better than Modern Warfare 2019 in my opinion. I wasn't a huge fan of Museum, but that map might grow on me over time. The rest of them I enjoyed. Flow and pace on the maps was an improvement compared to 2019. And them going back to smaller maps, sort of 3-lane style maps for a few of them, is a good thing in my eyes. I guess I'll talk about the time to kill. A lot of people say it's too fast, and I'd probably agree. But it does depend on what weapon you're using and at what range you're using it at. I would say they could tone it down a little bit, because sometimes you just get melted, you die in an instant, you don't have a chance to even get a shot off. This could all change when the full game releases and with patches and balancing updates, but I think the time to kill could be altered a little bit, but I don't think the time to kill is a drastic issue compared to some of the other issues. Next up, the classic minimap. Classic minimap has been a staple in COD for as long as I've been playing COD, and in Modern Warfare 2 they decided to change it. Instead of red dots popping up on the minimap when you fire the weapon, and the way to counter that was to run a suppressed weapon, now you can shoot a gun and not show up on the minimap. In Infinity Ward's words, they don't want to punish people for firing their weapon. Personally, I didn't find this change that bad. It didn't affect the way I played too much. So I can't say this change was awful. Obviously I would rather the classic minimap, This new mini map didn't hinder my playing style in any way, so I'm fine with it. Lastly, the UI.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
What can I say about the UI? It was confusing, hard to look at. Looks like it was made for a mobile game or a streaming service. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the UI. I think it's pretty bad. Looks like dog shit. And I hope it's changed by the time the full game releases. Or they can at least change something about it. Where it just doesn't look as awful as it did in the beta, I think. Yeah, that is definitely a change I want to see when the full game releases. Overall, I enjoyed the Modern Warfare 2 beta. It has its highs and lows, and I hope Infinity Ward do take some of the feedback they receive from the community and actually make the game better. But I doubt it. But hopefully some of our feedback is taken into consideration and they do, change it for the better. Hopefully this next 2 years of COD is good. Bye.